Oh. Hey, good luck. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to enjoy the game. Last time he typed in handshake and I like that. I really like this guy. He's gonna kill me. So we're gonna go knight f3. Lull him into a sense of security. Because I play the English a lot. And the second move that I've been developing is knight f3 as like a transpositional sort of move to where I can start playing adult openings like d4. So I've started implementing this. This shouldn't be too big of a surprise, although the database does show that I play a lot of c4. But he seems to be just killing English players with e5 and just spitting out absolute hardcore mainline theory. And I'll be 100% honest with you, I feel very secure with my English opening repertoire. But that's what I thought when I played a FIDE master last season, and he killed me. It was 21 moves, and just ate me alive. And I was like, well, you know. So our surprise is that I'm playing d4, and I want to hopefully transpose into lines that I'm familiar with. So I'm going to play e3. This is all stuff. He played c4 in like all of his other games. With that being said, I've looked at I looked at other stuff. I'm nervous, so I'm talking fast. I just don't want to let my team down again. That last game was really brutal for me. It was really a brutal game. Now, the secret here, my understanding is, if they develop the bishop, either of these squares, you go c4, which is sort of convenient. I wish that I could pull out an analysis board, but I don't want, again, I just don't want anyone to think that I'm cheating. I just think that it's best that I don't. It would be easier if I could like have another board out to where I could explain my ideas, but yeah. So bishop c5. In any of these bishop moves, I'm going to go c4, which should transpose to lines that I play against normally with c4. Yes, okay. Now, knight bd2 is the move that I just got done looking at, and all the top kids played this too. Magnus Carlsen played this. If I had more time, I swear I just didn't have enough time. I would have looked at this and I would have gone straight into this because it looks so interesting. But yeah, knight bd2 is the move. I can go c3. I'm indecisive. C4 is the other option here. But I saw this Magnus Carlsen game. I was like, that's really cool. He played in like 2017. And he like slowly killed Wesley So, which, I mean, that's a feat, you know? So I'm trying to think of if I should go c4 or not. I think I'm going to go knight bd2 and then go c4. I'm going to go knight bd2. Follow the prep that I had designed for this. Now, if he goes c5, I go is it b3 first or c3 and then b3? Gee willikers, can't remember. I looked at that very briefly, but it's something that he's never played before. This sort of invites it, but you know, if like c3, if he was going to play, I don't think he's a c5 player. I didn't investigate it as much. It's just, it seems so far out of his regular repertoire and comfort zone that I didn't think that he was going to play it. Now, I think he plays this knight b6. Magnus Carlsen did, I think, bishop here. Yeah. And, okay, he takes. I take back with the pawn, of course. Knight c6. And I think it's bishop to d3. He goes queen c7. He had a game where he played queen c7 along with this. I just got to looking at that. Unfortunately, the correct move is to go in for this check after he gets knight b4 in. Why didn't I look at... I haven't looked too far into this, but... I guess I should go c3, huh? I mean, not my personal favorite, but I think I'll go c3, and it's not my... I'm already deviating for the stuff that I looked at. I don't know. I need to calm down. I'm not calming down. Just don't want to... I don't want to be a hindrance to my team. c3 can't be a bad move. It's just unambitious. But I can go bishop d3, and if he goes bishop to g4, I still have the queen b3 nonsense. So that's good. He can't really do too much craziness here. That also feels good. I think if he goes bishop g4, I go queen b3. And probably bishop to d3. Queen c7, bishop d3. Because I think I want... maybe I'm supposed to go bishop to e7 and sort of route like this. And get the knight up here. There. I don't know. I'd like to get the bishop to f4, actually. That's what people play, because this is, funny enough, this is a Caro-Kann in reverse. Not in reverse. We've transposed to a Caro-Kann where there's this weird move, knight bd2. I play the Caro-Kann, and I don't think he plays the Caro-Kann. I think he's an e5 player. So, which I considered going e4 and playing Leroy Lopez, but he plays the Berlin. And I figure there's a good chunk of theory there. I'm not normally like one to shy away from theory, but I think against him in particular, I think it would be foolish of me to go into something hyper-theoretical. Like I said, we played that Caro-Kann line that's drawn, and he he knew all the moves. So I guess he should go here. Go queen here, queen c7, and then is it bishop to here? Take. Queen c7. It's weird to play an opening in reverse like this. And really interesting too. The other thing too that he has to consider is that I'm still in some sort of like super prep, which I'm not. There is this idea of a4, b4, knight b3, sort of like cementing a knight on that square. But this is the move. This is 145% the move. It's not e6. He's an e6 player, by the way. So there are lines that he plays after where he plays e6 here. Okay, what did he play? He played a6. That's gotta be a mistake. That's a mistake. So now he has to play for e5. Bishop d. Yeah, that's a mistake. I guess he wants to meet queen b3 with the minority attack. So we're gonna break the pin, of course, immediately. What am I doing here? 95? Is that working? Maybe. I guess the question really just becomes, like, how good is that? 95. And do I want to allow him to advance this pawn? The good thing about having this position is if the knight's on here, if I go back here, he can't go there immediately unless he wants to trade off his bishop, which he doesn't want to do. Which means I can probably get this move in pretty easily. Also, it makes this battery, I think there's some advantages to this battery. And I don't think I want to play h3, even though it seems like it's like a tempo move, you know, because I can create luft and he doesn't want to really give up the bishop. But when he puts the bishop on h5, then I sort of like lose this sort of like tempo move. But I want to castle. I want to castle early. Get the rook to e1. Good to see him burning, cooking some time. think allowing him to go b5 is a mistake, but drawing his knight away. I don't think I can take the pawn, but he has to calculate it, like forever calculate it. I don't think I can take the pawn here, right? Maybe I can. Gosh, I almost can, but I can't, because if he goes e6, I can't take the pawn. I take, knight to here. The queen's trapped. But if he goes e6, I'm going to go get knight e5 in, probably. Is it knight e5 that I want to do now? Wow, he defends it. Yeah, I want to castle now. I don't. Then yeah, I want to castle now. It's castles has to be like. There's no other way that there's. Yeah, it's the move is castles. 95 is kind of. What if I go 95? What does he do? I mean, 95, knight takes, pawn takes. To be careful. I think it's a concrete move. It's very aggressive. I think it is 95. This is like I'm never this bold. I shouldn't say never. Very rarely am I ever this bold. Like this is a bold way to play, but I think it's relatively justified. Just have to be. I'm just worried about stuff. This somehow coordinating to give me a checkmate with my king in the center. I want a castle. But if I'm too slow, I don't think that this has the same. Because he can play queen c7. This prevents queen c7, right? And it doesn't prevent it, but it just makes this pawn really weak. And he has to be worried if he goes e6. He has to be worried about stuff with queen a5 check, picking up the bishop. Maybe he's fine. I mean, if you can play knight e5, you play knight e5, right? With the rook over there, now I'm actually threatening to like take stuff, right? I guess not. It feels so close. I don't know, knight e5 seems like the move. No nads if I don't do it right. Let's calculate it out more deeply. Knight e5 takes there. Grab the free pawn. Bishop e6 could be an issue. To be careful. The only thing that I'd be worried about is somehow this bishop going here and then, like, this sort of like maneuver seems annoying, but it doesn't work because the knight's up d2, so. Knight f6. Castles. The castles. This isn't my normal style of play. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I don't think that any of this nonsense is working with 94. I mean, of course, after takes 94. Like, I don't see the. Yeah, and he can't go like knight over here because the bishop is too loose after the pawn gets to e5. And if he goes knight to a5, I'm just going to go queen c2. And I control the c4 square, like, and it's really going to be difficult for him. If he wants to spend more time, like, he can't save the bishop pair and put the pawn to b5. Yeah. If he goes like e6, I'm grabbing that. Knight takes, I'm gonna castle. I'm not afraid of any bishop d6, queen d6, because I have knight f3. Also there. Though e6, I should be worried about this, so probably knight f3, right? Very interesting stuff here. Of course, my dream is to get my bishop to there and him to not move any pieces. I definitely surprised him out of the opening. Ready to see how I blunder this? Right now I'm listening to 80s music. I put on 2000s and it wasn't as good as I remember. I think he has some issues here, definitely. But I don't know if Black hasn't really done anything horribly wrong. I don't agree with Rook B8 because I couldn't take the pawn. I don't think. I really don't think I could take the pawn. Yeah, I couldn't take the pawn. So I think he should have just played E6. But now he has to worry about things like me going like pawn to f4 is now a thing that he might be concerned about, me getting this f4 pawn push thrust in. It can be very uncomfortable. And the bishop over there on g4 is kind of shooting into the dark, right? So I'm not going to force him to move the bishop because it's going to put it on a better square. The only thing that bishop's doing is preventing me from castling queenside, which I should pay attention to. You know, there is this interesting line that I'm looking at right now. Just queen c7 takes, knight takes. And, of course, you know, I could just castle into checkmate, you know, GG. H6 might be the forced move. I don't see any sort of knight sack thing that's working for him. I don't, because I can block with the knight, so I don't see any knight sack that's working, which means that he has to go back. The only thing that I need to be aware of is that if possible, I would like to prevent him from playing e5. And I don't think I can do that. Because after he goes back, if we follow this line, I think I have to castle. So, queen c7, I take there, h3, the knight has to come back to f6. I mean, I shouldn't say it has to. It's just, that's just the best square, I think. Okay, I don't see any reason like you would put it anywhere else. I think I have to castle. If I'm going to castle kingside, it has to be now. The reason why is because he's going to go e5. Because he has to go e5 in order to get counterplay. I don't think he can play e6. Because if I can slowly get knight f3 in, rook e1, plant my knight over there, put my bishop over here, it's a bad position then. It seems dangerous. There's also there are ideas here that he needs to be aware of. I'm sure he is aware of. So there's like this sort of like, you know, g4, h4, semi-trapping the bishop ideas, but I don't think it's necessary. You do. I don't even know how you'd really set it up. I guess F3, H4, and you try to go, straight for the attack. But with it being 3 moves to castle long versus 1 move to castle short, I don't see why I would ever go crazy on the king side. It doesn't make any sense to me to just go crazy and to be like, I'm going to castle long. Where he's lined up the rook, almost justifying rook b8. It's good to see that he's using some time here. If he goes bishop to h5, what am I doing? Am I grabbing his knight on c6 and going queen to a4? The other thing that I could do is I can go f4. And also, like castle. Actually, probably castle because he still can't. It's too dangerous, I think. Again, going to like those Karo Khan ideas, I think it would be a little dangerous for him to go here at castle, and then for him to go knight takes, pawn takes, because this is a threat. So the knight goes back, and e6 is a threat. Knight up there. I don't know. On push. Takes. Queen to d6 is the normal sort of like lines in there where he tries to force in. I don't know. He can't do that because the disgusting bishop takes. So I don't know. It's a lot of stuff to calculate here. The pluses in this position for me are, one, the time. The time has to be a plus, right? The second thing that's a huge plus is that I think that he's very unfamiliar with these positions. I'm semi-familiar, but from the opposite side. Not in this exact position, but in these sort of like structures with the black pieces. So I think those are some pluses. The other thing is that I'm attacking. It's always easier to attack than it is to defend. So the last big plus that I think that I have is development. I'm ahead in development. I don't consider rook b8 to be a development. I don't think that the rook's been developed. It went from staring at this pawn to staring at this pawn. I don't think rook b8 is development. It can become developed with this line of, this operation. But as it stands right now, it is not developed. That is not a developed piece. So I don't consider that rook developed. I consider these all developed. And I have the queen as the extra piece that I have developed, but again, it's going to take him 1, 2, 3, 1. So I should maintain a very good development edge. After bishop h5, the other benefit that I can see now is that when I get a bishop, when I get a bishop over to f4, there's no knight h5, which kind of seems like a benefit, right? He is tanking here. I guess this was a really good move. I guess knight e5 was a really good move. Honestly, if I was him, I would go bishop to h5. I mean, you could also drop the bishop back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like dropping the bishop back. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, push comes to shove. Like, I'd take his knight, not his terrible bishop. I wouldn't take. I'd probably castle, go pawn to f4 or f5, knight to f3, bishop f4, slide my rook over, queen to c2, and I like my chances. I like my chances there. Nothing crazy, but if I can make him move his piece passively. Okay, so he's taking. I mean, I have to take back. There's no other move. I have to take back. There is no other move. Wow. Okay, I think I have to take the d5 pawn. He's going to go, I guess, e6. e6, queen d4. 3 squares off the knight, attacking the bishop. Just trying to gain time. I need to get time. I still don't like how loose my bishop is. Not a fan. Don't like loose pieces. I don't like my loose bishop on d3. I really hate that. I hate how loose that bishop is. Okay, I have to take the pawn on d5, right? Am I missing something? Like knight takes d5? Knight takes d5. Knight takes e5. Whoa. What? Queen takes d5, knight takes. It's a little disgusting. It doesn't work. 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 It doesn't work, right? If that works, I'm gonna cry. I don't think it works, right? I go here, he goes here, and then I can just grab the knight. Queen here, he's threatening this sort of like mate stuff, but I just grab the rook. So he has to go e6. There, e6. I go back here. There, e6. I think here. Knight of 3. Knight of 3 is awful. What do you even? No, knight of 3 is awful. Stop. Do I castle? Their bishop to c5. That tempo is kind of annoying. I could play the annoying queen to here. Queen a5, or queen to a4 might be good. So he can't take, and if he goes before I grab the bishop, that's, you know, that's kind of like GG's, right? I move back, and he goes e6, and I save that. I don't want to go f4 because I can't attack his bishop then. I think grabbing the pawn has to be right. Because he can't take then. It doesn't work tactically. I take e6 there. h4 castles. Bishop c5. Queen f4. g4. Queen g3. Knight f3. I just don't see the, like, I can go here, right? Is it really super beneficial to do that? I'm not going after the pawn then. I'm going for e6 ideas. Seems a little risky, but I can play it. I think that's like the positional way to play it, right? So I go here, here, he takes, and then queen to here. Castles. I wish I knew. I just wish that I knew. I have no idea. I wish I was a better player. The engine probably just takes the pawn, right? Engines like pawns, although engines are getting scarier. I like queen a4. I really do. I like queen a4. I feels in spirit here. Like, I'm going to sack the pawn, you know? Continue to have this sort of like... Man, that is ominous. Knight's really not great there. There's queen d6 stuff. Just don't have enough time to do everything that I want to do with that. I actually don't think that this works because of queen d6. I think queen d6 works. If I had an extra tempo, I think that this would be the move. But I don't think that it works. He moves the bishop back. I go queen to... So maybe I... e6 takes. Am I hallucinating something here? They can't go before. Just snatch up the pawn, right? There, it takes. And then what, bishop back? I'd like to get in. If I go queen f4, then he just goes e5. Yeah, I don't think this works. I don't think this works, so I have to take. After the game, I want to look at that. I want to look at that because I'm convinced that there is something there, and I don't entirely know what it is. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this tender square here either. There's a lot not to like here. But after e6, I go here. He has to move the bishop, I think. Could, you know, you could go like here, and then I take, and then have some sort of sack. I don't think there's any sacks. Has sack work? Bishop e6. Ready to see how you lose a position like this really fast? I think it's here, queen c7, knight f6, rook d8. Which I think means that, no, I don't. He has no bishop c5 stuff now. But he does have this, so I just need to be not dumb. That would be an embarrassing way to lose. I don't see any reason to allow knight c5. I guess I have to go here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. Queen c7, knight f3, rook d8. A castle to rook d8. So he goes knight takes, rook takes. Right, no. Queen c7, knight f3, rook d8. I'd really like the castle. I'd also just move the bishop, right? Go like bishop to here. Or the passive bishop e2, at least then, because I don't want to give him this, I want to give him that. Got my freaking pieces stuck in the middle. Not happening. I can also just consider what I initially considered, just to park my queen on d3. So, you know, queen c7, knight f3, rook d8, and then queen d3. It's not my favorite one. Knight c5 here. I'm not liking this. There's a lot of activity along the light squares too. So I think more queen c7. I can also just get back the pawn. You can also consider the terrible f4 move. And just say you're never going to get that pawn. But I think knight f3 is just better because it actually develops this piece. And it's awful on d2. Terrible. So I was initially scared of this whole line because I hallucinated some bishop d5 stuff. But I don't think that there is any bishop d5 stuff. Knight b6. I don't even have to take the queen. I can just castle probably. Although he would be able to blockade, and that would be kind of annoying. Not really scared of the knight going to, let's see, great squares for that knight. There. This is a tough position because I think I just won a pawn. Oh, I can't wait to see how I've messed this up, man. Okay, g6. G6 makes sense. I don't like it when they make sense. Knight f3, bishop g7, bishop f4, I mean just knight f3, right? It also prepares, knight f3 also prepares this knight g5 kind of nonsense. Castling rook e1 doesn't work. I really want to castle. I wish that I could do some, like, you know, check stuff. Maybe knight e4. f4. It's really bold to go knight e4 though. Knight e4, bishop g7. If he goes knight takes, I have knight takes. So I'm thinking castles afterwards, right? Knight f3 here. He's not going to do that. I mean, maybe he wants to go with something like this. Makes some sense. I'm just trying to decide on what moves I should be trying to prevent and which ones I shouldn't be. Probably I just want to go to f3, get my bishop to defend the pawn, bring both my rooks to the center, and you can just play very, very simple chess. The bishop on e6 is awful. Okay, I'm not missing anything. I'm just gonna go like bishop f4. can castle now. I think I just castle, right? If I go bishop f4, that it's harder for him to move that bishop. I can also go here, really playing against his knight. But he has none of this knight stuff, right? So I guess I castle, so that way if he goes knight b6, I can reply with this. Knight to here. Knight to there, bishop to there. Huh. Is there any benefit to going bishop e3 immediately? I don't think so. Should I be stopping knight c5? I don't think I can. If he wants to go knight c5, he's going knight c5, right? I just have to drop back. I don't like that. I don't like that. I move the bishop. There's lines like this. I don't know. Maybe I think I'm overthinking things. Very slow. I mean, if I just castle, he moves the knight, I take the queen, he takes with the rook. Castling. Knight takes e5. Does that work? Knight takes. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Bishop takes. Again, the rook's loose. This bishop being here is an issue, and I don't like issues like that. I don't want to move the bishop. I want to develop more pieces. He's calculating out that line. It doesn't work. I have to constantly calculate out that line. The only way that works is if I blunder with queen takes. So, you know, bishop takes, it doesn't matter. Knight takes. I attack both of these. Not castling is an issue. But even so, let's assume that it does work and that I can't grab either of those rooks. And then you can grab the bishop. I think this is a bad bishops of opposite color position for him. A really bad one. Because after we get this is his king's stuck in the center forever. So I shouldn't be too worried about it, honestly. Huh. The only thing that I need to just have to be careful. Knight c5 is annoying. You're an annoying move, aren't you? And I don't want to go b4 just to knight c5, whatever. I think what I do, I think I moved the bishop now. Yeah. I go here. You can't go there yet. I go here. You can't go knight c5. I'd like to go here, but bishop's not great on c2. It's not awful. It's not great on c2. I'm going to move that out of the way. Let's get that out of here. I don't like that. I would love to get more development, but yeah, this doesn't work. Knight takes. Bishop takes. If he does queen takes, the pawn takes. Perhaps he goes here. I go here. I also just go there. I mean, knight c5. Yeah, I need to develop. Let's develop. I'd like to get this rook here and this rook here, of course. Otherwise, it's difficult for me to get this rook to even play. With the rook over here, I can keep this bishop here. I don't have, like I can bring the bishop back. I don't have to do anything too crazy. So like here, let's say that he goes like h6, whatever, not h5. Say that he goes like h6 to chase the bishop. Then I bring the rook over g4, which this is great, but I could drop the bishop back. So I should be careful that he can't ever take. Okay. Just tickle him. If I go bishop f4, I can't go queen f4. Something I should always keep in mind. Bishop f4. I think that's probably right. Bishop f4 is pretty decent and loose again. Light square bishop will not stay, just wants to be loose. I wish that I could give him that pawn and like work off that pin. I don't think that it's working. almost working. So I can go what, here, here, here. He takes, I take, knight takes. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Unless I'm missing something, that's dangerous. The other thing that I can consider is I can consider pushing that pawn after bishop takes. So I go queen here, he goes bishop to there. I go rook e1, bishop takes knight on e3, e6, attacking his knight. And the queen, knight to there. I take, takes with the king. Takes. I take with check. To move back. Bishop check. To move back again. I don't think there's anything there. Make sure I'm not blundering anything. I mean, is he really threatening to take it? Like, is he even threatening? Like, what if I go h3 and he goes knight takes and I do bishop takes? What's going on here? He goes rook takes, I take, and he resigns? I don't think that he's threatening. Like if I go rook e1, I think I'm going to go h3. I'm going to make the awful move h3. He wants to go there. h3, knight to there. I go there, he goes there. I go rook e1. He goes e6. I do wish that there was if I go here and he goes bishop takes, I take, knight takes, rook takes, there. Whatever. This way to go there. I think that works actually because I can go knight back to there with my bishop on b2 because he can't take because takes. It's continue to play boring stuff. Let's go rook e1. So I don't think he's threatening this. I'm going to take with the bishop. You also just go h3. h3 feels like kind of useful, but also kind of eh. h3. I don't know why I'm recalculating this, but I'm a little bit worried about it. Takes maybe f6. Takes. Huh. He's threatening knight f6. Should be careful not to allow that knight to come in too much. Like he is threatening knight f6. Very interesting stuff there. Knight f6. So I go here, preventing him from going knight f6. I didn't appreciate that. Knight f6. Huh. What a move, knight f6. Okay. I have time for this. Rook e1, rook d1, bishop to b3. Knight f6. What a move. That's not something I want to get hit with. Knight f6 is brutal. Actually, it might not have been that good. Maybe the queen takes rook. Oh, he can take with the rook or with the queen. He takes with the queen. I take there. Takes with the bishop. No, it's not as bad as I thought, but it's just like black's better. So, like, not spending much time on that. You know what's interesting? What about here? Pawn push. Bishop takes. Knight to here. Say that he moves the bishop. I don't know. Somewhere here. I was trying to figure out some way that I could coordinate on that square with like the knight here, bishop here. Bishop to here. Pawn push. I think that's an ouchies, right? Bishop takes, I get myself a free queen. Bishop takes, I'll probably take that first and then I grab the queen. Just so that way I have queen takes with check. In case I need to move the queen, I want to do it with tempo. Just last time when we had a time scramble, when I time scrambled with him, he played fast and good. It was really concerning. I mean, sometimes you get people in time trouble and they absolutely crumble. Not this guy. No. He absolutely started to outplay me in the time scramble. So because I tried to match his pace, which is just an incredible mistake. We've taken the sting out of knight c5. How about here? Knight c5, I don't... Guess he'd have to go, what, e4? And then I can push. f6, you don't, yeah. Okay, so he doesn't do anything. He goes for this. Who What if I go here? I mean, if he takes and I push, he has to move the queen. Probably if after he moves the queen, I want to take. What about here? B5, bishop to here. Right? If he takes, he takes, maybe I just take back. As for this minority attack, bishop to there, e4. Probably he'll go there. That wouldn't be as good. So he's not going to take if I go rook d1 first. Complicated, very complicated. If I go bishop there first, to get rook e1, rook d1. If he goes here, I take back. I think I just develop this rook to e1. Oh no, I have e6. Don't be stupid. You have e6. Rook e1. That way I can get in knight g5. So if he goes knight here, probably I just go here. So he takes, I take, he takes, then I take. Leaves his dark square bishop with my dark square bishop. I've ruined his pawn structure. But he's the first to this open file, and I'm adding pressure on this file. This bishop's attacking, this one's defending, which probably means I should end up maybe going bishop g3, f4, bishop to here. I don't know. Very interesting. Very interesting. I am up a pawn, so trades should be good for me. The only thing that I do not want to do is I don't want to take like this and allow his knight to blockade. I don't want that. So I guess here, I'm thinking knight g5 is the move, right? He takes, I take. He can't take the rook. I get the queen. And if I can get him to double up these pawns, he'll have this file to work with, but those pawns will be, I think, terminally weak. It's definitely possible for him to defend a position like that, but down a pawn with a weakness should help solidify the victory. I should have made sure that my recording looked okay. At least the board looks okay. I mean, that would have been awful. Looks like the sun's coming up, so there's that. There is this attacking pattern with bishop h6, the knight goes to g5, the queen slides over to like h3. You go there. So that's something that I should keep in mind. Because it goes bishop h6, you know, here, knight to here. And you want to get the queen to h3. So let's say, just for example, he does bishop takes. I wonder if queen h3 wins. No. So you have to take back, and then the threat is queen h3 there. Probably need to go rook e1 actually. So he can't ever go bishop to here. Brutal. The truth hurts. Yeah, he goes there. I'm thinking knight g5. I don't think rook d3 does anything. So I go knight g5. I mean, can go there. I take. He takes. I take. I can't, he has to move the rook. The other thing that I can do, although I think it's better this way. It's not so often that I calculate things out and then it happens so frequently. Normally I calculate things out, my opponent plays something else, and then I'm like, oh, that's a much better move. I can consider knight d4. I mean, that's better actually. Knight d4, knight takes, I take. It just prevents all this rook d3 stuff. I don't have to calculate it out. Although I don't think it's good I think I don't want to spend all my time trying to refute something like that. So I go knight d4. Can't. I don't think there's too much that he can do because I take. Yeah, so I'm going to go here. It also prevents bishop f5, which, although this does come with pressure on f7. But this prevents the counterplay move. I mean, I don't see anything like here. Rook takes. I don't. If he gives up the exchange, I can actually just take. You can't take. Yeah. Knight d4, and it's centralized, you know, following those good old chess principles. Also defends the pawn or the bishop on b3 in clay side, blundering somehow, so there's a lot of pluses. It's hyper solid. Up a pawn, keep the pawn. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Let's go queen f3. The knight can get to d6. You know, I don't have to take that bishop. And actually just takes in here. I have to use the bathroom. Oh, we got a bunch of people watching. Hopefully that means that I'm not losing. Oh, man. Make sure the recording's still right. So I moved the board. Okay, I'll move it back. I don't know if it actually affects its position on there. Yeah, it does. Okay. I'm really sorry about that. I got curious. Okay, that should be better now. I'm up a pawn, I'm up a pawn, I'm up a pawn. I think I should be happy with this because I can play for the win or the draw, right? I go here, goes there. He has to consider ideas, actually, where this rook becomes a menace along this open file. So I think I go here, and then I create lift. Yeah, I'm just going to create lift. I don't have to win immediately. I'm in no rush. If I am better now, being up a pawn, I should be. With me developing and improving my pieces, I should be better later, right? So I don't need to force things off. Even though ideas like say that I can move again, you know, like ideas like queen f3 are pretty tempting, you know. I don't think it works though. So I'd have to go like queen f3, maybe queen to there. Bishop takes. Bishop takes. Huh. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick before it gets into a time scramble and we're much longer in. Okay. He can't go bishop to d5 again because I just pushed the pawn. That rook on b8 has really been a hindrance to him. You know, the benefit of also going knight g5 instead to get that attack sort of setup that I was talking about, because I could have maybe then gone queen to there. Bishop takes. Yeah, that might have been better actually. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That feels wrong. Whoa, 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 whoa. I have queen f1, I have queen f3. Just threatening to go there, right? Bishop takes, pawn takes. But I also have... He just wants to break out of all these pins. If I see... So if I go queen f3, he's gonna go rook to there. Wish there was a way to pile up on this horsey horse. Maybe I go rook here. So if he goes here, then I take. Rook takes, rook takes, knight takes. Though maybe I'd want to keep the knight. So I'm thinking rook d1, right? If he goes here to double up and get out of this very unfortunate position that he's found himself in. Thinking rook d1, right? I don't want to spend an incredible amount of time here, but rook d1 seems to me to be very, very good, because I know that he wants to move this rook. I don't think he wants to do this, so I'm going to take back with the pawn. And that's awkward. That pawn is awkward. I mean, maybe I should have gone queen f3 actually, because I was worried about going knight there and then him going rook there, but that doesn't work. I was worried about going queen f3, him going here, I go knight here, rook d3. I guess that does... work actually. Okay, no. I thought that I had knight here, but it's an idea that I need to keep an eye on throughout the remainder of this position. I got tension here. Bishop takes, he can do pawn takes. I mean, nothing says he can't do pawn takes. I would like for him to open up this rook though, that would be nice. You know, the other thing too is I could have actually just brought this rook over. I wanted to keep it here for the possibility, but I can always just go back. Like, I'm not in a big rush, so I probably should have either gone rook a d1 or rook fe1. Poor calculation. You can go bishop h6, bishop h8. Try to be pesky with like queen to g5, tickling the pawn, but I'm like, what am I doing? I better have like a concrete reason. Like, the rook would have been better on e1, it could have gone to e3, and I could have... Maybe he goes here? Man. Oh. Really? So if I push and he takes, I take. Okay. I like this. I like this. I think this is good. I guess there's not an attack there? I'll just be down a piece there. For the exchange, we'll be down the exchange. Okay, I mean, bishop takes, I push. Maybe he has bishop takes? Takes. I mean, that's a little crazy. I don't think he does have bishop takes, actually. Takes. So I guess I go here. If I can get my knight to e6, that'll be tremendous. Rook takes, knight takes. That's an idea I need to keep an eye on. So if rook takes, I have to do pawn takes? God forbid. He takes. And if I go here, I mean, it's kind of not doing too much there. And he's still attacking that pawn afterwards. It's a good maneuver, I think, what he's doing here. The queen on e6 is a good attacking piece, right? Knight takes, queen takes, rook there. Guess I go here. Don't want to go backwards. I don't like my bishop on g3. I don't want it on g3. Knight here. I can take with the pawn or the rook. Probably the rook. The only thing that I'm worried about is somehow blundering this. I need to be a little careful with that. I also don't want to go here because that square becomes weak, and if that knight gets there, that could be a pain in the booty. I need to be careful here. Maybe I should have actually just grabbed the knight, queen to there, gone here. Sort of like, you know, took on the gauntlet. Said, hey, bring it on. But at least my bishop's not loose anymore over here. There is some, you know, benefit, moderate benefit. Now I have the option to also play f4 to defend the pawn if it becomes just untenable. Trying to figure out how he gets to this square. It would have to be through tactics. Maybe I'm worried about this square unnecessarily. I would like to get this in. It also prevents his knight from coming back to here. And I'd like to keep, actually, I think it might be better for me to keep material on the board since the time's going down. Makes the position even more complicated, and that may favor me if he's having issues here. The only thing that happens is that, like, after f4, I have to worry about moves with g5 to try and break down my center. I guess he could also just go g5 now. But if he goes g5 now, I'm grabbing the knight, and then I'm grabbing the pawn. Okay, yeah, I have to take with the rook, right? Or I should take with the rook. I don't have to. I'm an adult. When I do, I won't. Okay. This looks fine. So he's playing for a draw. The other thing too is I can bring my other rook to the d file now. Queen e6. Queen e6. Queen e6. Should I defend the b pawn? I don't think so. The rook's a little in the way of my queen coming into c5. Queen e6. Okay. I'm worried about queen b6 or queen b3. I go here and I guess I just go back, but so I have back rank issues. I can just go pawn to b4 and think about it later. Seems like a dumb and dangerous thing to do. Completely awful rook b4, doing nothing to address the actual issue, but moving a piece. Could go here, but the issue is after rook takes, and let's say queen takes, is that I can't move this pawn. If I go there and he goes queen to 3. Just not fast enough with anything, huh? I mean, I can take. I can go rook to d2. How annoying. So I go here, queen to b3, and I have to go rook d2. I mean, rook takes, queen takes, back 4. Okay. The only thing that's loose is this rook, and I need to be careful about that. And my king. King safety is becoming something that I am a little concerned with. And I'd rather not be concerned with king safety. could probably, if he goes, you know, that's another option. Queen b3, rook takes. He takes here. Take there. And f4. Probably then h4. Very annoying. I think I played a little passive. Because he'll have to figure out what to do with that. So, queen to there, I'm going back. If he takes, I take with the queen. And then you have to worry about e6 and that. Yeah, that's, e2 is just the best. Okay, I take with the queen. Okay. Very tense position. But I think I'm maybe winning. Probably I want to go h3. He wants to go there. Go check. So I think I just go h3, right? Let's just go h3. How am I winning this? Maybe how I win this is with some b3 nonsense like that. He's right. He's stopping me from doing what I wanted to do. I think I go h3 here. It goes there, I go check, takes the bishop back, and then he has to worry about stuff, maybe. No, it's not. I wish that he did, but I don't think he does. Maybe I bring my other rook to the open file. That could be dangerous because then the idea is to go rook to there. Do I go h4 or h? If I go h4, if I go h3 and he goes h5, it's kind of annoying. Especially because he'll be threatening rook. Ha! Almost a serious threat there to like trap the bishop. Rook c4, h5, h4. Huh. But I don't want to go pawn to f4. That seems, I don't know why, but my intuition says not to do that. Try not to do that. If I go there, then here, rook to there. Maybe I have to go f4. Let's go h3. This looks like a nothing move, but it's not. So the idea, maybe a bad idea, but the idea is that if he goes rook c4, then I have check. Right, the bishop has to come back to here, and then I'm going to go rook to d1 and try to trade off that rook. Also, if he goes for this h5 plan, like h5 here, right, I go rook to d1. Rook to here, I give the check, and if the bishop comes back, king slides over, it doesn't matter because the rook can come up to defend. And it defends this and it attacks. Yeah, he's going for that. Funny. Rook to d1, check, king h7. Maybe I have to go f4. I don't want to go f4. Huh. Second guessing myself. Always a good sign. So you can go king h7. Queen takes. Bishop takes. Huh. So do I have to go f4? I don't want to go f4. I can go rook to e. A little passive, but I think I have to go to there, and then f4. Rook to here, check, rook to d4. Wait. No, that doesn't. He has king h7. Here. There. Do I want to give the check or no? Okay, so push comes to shove, I always have this rook e1 nonsense, but I just can't be too dumb. No, that can't be right. Because now I take, he goes rook to there, and I still have the check to escape, so I don't see this. I'm guessing that he wants to go bishop to there and set up some sort of back rank stuff. He's playing for tricks, right? So I should take. He goes there, give the check first, and then I can bring the bishop back. So it has to be after bishop takes, rook to, queen to there. I can also take with the queen. It's kind of disgusting. If I take with the queen, rook c4, I mean, I take with the queen, he does bishop takes, I take, he goes queen takes, I can... Interesting. So I get his idea that he wants to trade this valuable pawn for the h pawn. I'll take. And now he also has to worry about me playing the move like rook e1, which I don't think works. But you gotta worry about it. It might work, actually. Bishop takes. Bishop takes. Bishop takes. No, doesn't work at all. Yeah.
I'll be leaving in a few minutes.
Okay, I'm down to the last few seconds. I'm still recording. Try not to have too much fun.
I will. Mercy gets food and fresh water, but, you know, just check on her after your time.
Okay, I will.
Alright, I love you.
Love you. I think I do bishop takes now. Queen, I also have that. There. Probably queen to here. You know, I can also go here. I can also go here. There's just so many options. I think the issue is that there's just too much stuff that does win. Trying to figure out how I'm supposed to win this, because I can go like here, here, and here. Seems kind of game over. The only issue is that after I go queen h6, he goes here, I go here, he goes check. I go here, he takes, and then I slide over. Does he have any? I can go here, defending that square. I can also go king over, threatening to go there. Queen to here. Too many good moves. Which one's the best? Probably queen h6 is best, right? Very direct. Maybe I go here or there. I mean, he can't really move anything. How about here? Check. Hmm. Hmm. Let's get a little bit of time. Again, this position is going to be winning 10 moves from now too, so I just don't want to flag myself. The H pawn's kind of a pain in the booty, huh? I'd like to get maybe queen to here, rook to here. Or maybe here and here? I don't know the best way to win. Really? He goes into the end game. Okay. I think that's gotta be a mistake. He goes there, I get the 7th rank. And I make his pieces passive, right? I wish that I could make his. So, oh, geez. Okay, so rook to there after king f7. I guess he could go there, check, and then over there, and then there. Okay, then we just walk the king in. Yeah. Oh. He wants to go king f7, f6 to defend. Makes some that makes sense. That makes sense. The other thing that I can do is I can just push through this. This is an outside pawn in this endgame too, so that's another advantage. It's only a pawn up rook ending. He defends. We're going to go king to e2. His king can't access the queen side, so I have to win with the queen side pawns, so yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is lost. I'm gonna go king d3, pawn to c4. Yeah. I go c4, he takes, I take. I'll go there. It's still, there's still some complications here. Preempt, yeah, I wanted to go rook to d5 after I traded that off. If I go here, you know, the other thing that I can do is I mean, isn't it just c4 takes, go there, and then c4? I think it is. Of course, it's tempting to go like f4, b4, and probably c4 is the most accurate, though. Yeah, this feels like the right way to go, so. I'm gonna take, it's there. Go here. This outside pass pawn. If this becomes a little murky over here, I think I can force an outside pass pawn, so maybe he goes here, I go here, he takes, I take, he goes here. I'm assuming that he wants to go there. Mm-mm. I go here, goes what, there? I go there. Push, takes. Yeah, this should be technically winning. Yeah, and then I go what? See, I go here, again, no rush. So I can go here and then there. I mean, what if I just go here? Goes there, I go here, check. Yeah, takes. Go here. He gives the check, which is annoying. I block with these two. The other thing that I could do is I can go there. But this check and then coming back here is kind of annoying too. Here. I think I can just torture him forever. So my initial idea was just to go like this and then to slowly walk my king up. But I think this is just he goes there. Now I just go here. If he goes there, I go here. Then he goes there, and then I take. He can take, and then I push. I think I can keep his the important thing is that I keep this rook in an open file where this king can't come in. If I go here, or here, I mean, if he goes there, I'm just taking, right? Put the rook behind. Now that I've got this here, I want to get my rook to d4, king up here, and he can't move. I can just slowly improve. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I just don't want to lose. Okay, I take. He takes. I get rook b1. He takes. I go there. Sure. So he has to take with the rook. I take. Yeah. So I go here, he gets the check. Yeah. I may be absolute trash, but I think I can win this. It'll be a slow and painful process for everyone involved, but I can win this. He goes there. I go here, he gives the check, I go there. If he goes, I don't know, I guess I could actually, probably more accurate would be after here, here, and then, yeah, so here, and then he gives the check, probably more accurate is to go here. That way, when he goes back down, I can go b3, defending that pawn, and then a4. Yeah, so we're gonna go here. And then b3. Yeah. Go there, b3, to there, king up. And that should be game over. Especially whenever I get my king in front of the pawn. And just to do this. Probably goes there now. I don't know. Yeah. The moment that you put the rook in front of the pawn, you lost. Now I can sacrifice this pawn too. Like I don't need to do anything special here. Yeah. The moment you put the rook in front, you lost. I don't have to build a ladder now. Guess you can go there, play for the trick, but let's be honest. I'm just gonna, yeah, and then I go here. No counterplay. I'm gonna go here and here, defend that b3 pawn if I have to, or h3 pawn. I mean, you can go here, takes there, then I go here. Probably more likely here, and then check. Yeah. So that forces him to go back. And I push. Yeah. I push. The check's a little annoying, but it doesn't do anything. I mean, he's trying. I respect it because it's a team event, you know. You got to. But you can go here. I'm gonna push. You can go here. I go here. If he goes here, then probably just give the check, go back, and then here. I mean, there's so many ways to win. It's too many ways to win. Yeah. There. There. It's too easy. You have to go like what, F5, I take, you take, go there, 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 there. Maybe takes check. There. Yeah, okay. He has to try F5. Play for more tricks, you know. I respect the attempt, I really do. I'm thinking here. I mean, what if he goes f5 there? I guess I'm taking, and then going h4. Take, h4. There. Yeah. So, you know, I can also pin it. I don't know, that's probably not good. What we really need to do is just takes there. Force him to give up this pawn for this one. Again, it's just too easy. If he moves the rook, I go there. Yeah. I mean, he has to try it. Maybe get it like a mouse slip. Again, he has to hope for some like a mouse slip. Takes, I take, he goes here. Yeah, okay, I just go here. Yeah. Sorry. You can't take the H pawn, your king gets cut off. You can't trade, like you have to keep the pawn. So my H pawn's untouchable. And if you go rook there, I go here. Rook takes, I make a queen. I don't see any way to, I don't see any way to even get counterplay here. All right, man, like you play on, I understand, but king and rook, if you're gonna make me checkmate you with the king and the rook, it's a little disrespectful, not gonna lie. And maybe he's frustrated. guess let's go over the opening here. This was a success. I considered bishop to b5, going for like this reversed why can't I think of the name of it? Yeah, good game. All right, I'm going to stop the recording so that way I can talk to this guy without you hearing me click, 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 click.